What's up, everybody? Reasonable Wrestling Podcast here to bring to you the Reasonable Wrestling Podcast. We're going to bring to you the week that was in professional wrestling. And today we're going to talk about a couple of things. The Rock and Cody. Rock's crazy promos he's doing right now, cooking right now on all things that's going on WrestleMania. And we're going to hit up talk on Miss Mercedes Moné. And I think we're going to touch on the whole what you want to talk about the Candace?
Because we can. We can. We can because that was the topic that we had in the group chat. But what I think we should do and what we will do is we gonna start the show by saying happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Breezeboro Wrestling. Now. It's simple. He did not like it. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hey, we do that sometimes over here. What's going on, everybody? It's a Joint with Ayatollah. I'm here with my tag team partner, my older statesman, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the
man.
Big guy, the diesel of the group, you know what I'm saying? What's going on, CT? Happy belated birthday, my brother. How you been, man?
Yeah, man. Just call me Big Sexy, man. I'm doing all right. I'm I guess just recently just had my birthday, as he just mentioned. So, I'm just taking it in stride. It's another year. Blessed to be here to, chat with you about wrestling. And in this day and age, honestly, wrestling is pretty hot at the moment. So it's just fun to get here and just, chop it up.
I'm sorry for fucking interrupting everybody fucking show with this coughing, but I am smoking on dank. I wouldn't be the joint roll Ayatollah if I didn't have a motherfucking joint rolled up in a pack of joint roller Ayatollahs right here. I'm smoking on some gas right now, man. Some lemon cherry seed junkie, some fucking shit that was California, came down to Florida. It's really nice, but it's stank and it's potent, and I'm sorry. And it got me feeling good so much that me and Cheaty, as this podcast started, we have a like for something, but a difference in our sensibilities of how we like it. And that is the beauty of being a human. So with that being said, we have difference of opinions and how smooth, bumpy, creative, exciting, entertaining the road of WrestleMania has been. The Rock has been included in all those emotions. And just like Chidi has been one to do, he's fluid. Okay? He's fluid. And what that means is that he can feel one way. And if something changes his mind to where he feels another way, fuck your whataboutism. I'm fluid and I change with the things. So what I'm going to say is I changed from last week. Okay.
All right. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed.
Thank you so much.
You're allowed.
Thank you so much. I know it took us 6 years together for us in this marriage for us to really love each other the way we need to love each other and have the opinions of our own, not be the opinions of the other person in the relation. And so, with my own conclusion, I'm Team Rock. Team fucking Rock. God damn, it take long. But
so now you're Team Rock after all this time saying I don't want to see Roman Rock. Roman coming back, he's done. Like, let's finish the story we've been telling for all this time. He just took a couple of promos. I mean, only physicality we had was a couple of slaps, and now all of a sudden you're Team Rock. All right, hey, if that's what you need, I'm here for you. I support it.
No, okay. Hold on. So I still don't want Rock and Roman. Okay. the logic of Rocky, I'm on. The storytelling of Rocky, I'm on. The way he's telling his story, I'm on. Cody is Russell Wilson to me right now. He's playing his way out of the Hall of Fame. Bro, I was on Cody's train, bro. I'm like, yo, he's a WWE performer. Get him out of AEW, bring him over to WWE. I like the pyro. We was there for me and you was there for his first match back in Dallas. It was amazing. It was electric. Niggas knew the words to the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been riding this, bro. This wave with Cody, wanting him to get back. When Brock and Cody got involved, you said this shit is stupid. I'm like, yo, I think it means something. It did. Brock raising Cody's hand when Brock was on the Pat McAfee show was like, man, the reason why I'm here because can't nobody fucking hold my jock strap. I think Brock handed over his jock strap to Cody and said, you can handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are the attraction. So I'm with it. I'm following the story. Boom, 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 everything. Here's where niggas lost me. At the presser, they bring up your daddy all the time. Once you bring up their granddaddy, niggas get all hyped in their feelings and slap the shit. Cody, you should have killed one of them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was what I wanted. I wanted rage-torn, rage-filled, almost blurred vision Cody to where he fuck himself out the title because he want revenge, because don't nobody disrespect him. Bro, he been crying ever since he got slapped. And it's like The Rock slapped the tears out that motherfucker. Like, it just started the waterworks and shit. And I'm just
when did he start crying? He cried one time. And that was this week. Like, you know, I think people exaggerate because Cody is an emotional man and it's easy to get up on him because of the crying thing. And don't get me wrong, I want Cody to show more aggression. I said it last week. I want him to be a little bit more aggressive and more, I don't know, whatever you want to say. But when it comes to these things, but I remember a couple months ago when all the fans were like saying we want Cody, and he came out one day on Raw and he said, guys, you guys don't know how much I needed that, you know? So, and I read, maybe it's a little bit.
It was like the Rumble. It was the Rumble.
Or the Rumble. Yeah. You know, maybe I'm putting on my tinfoil hat here too. I don't know. But when he said that, I saw deeper into that statement. I don't know if it's something to do with his own personal life, with his family, or with his mom, but I do think there is something he's going with that he's not telling anybody. And as we know, me and you talk in a group chat, and know us men go through things that we just hide from people, that we just don't say anything to anybody, and we just,
let's pivot.
You know,
let's pivot with that. I
like
that. I like that idea. I like that. I'm sorry, but we try to strive to have different conversations and involve wrestling and stuff like that. And it's been a while since we kind of tapped in outside of the meta of wrestling and brought in some real implications of life into character development, right?
Yeah.
I saw the Gorilla Position interview that Drew McIntyre just did with old boy.
I saw that too.
And it was very, very much titillating as far as how much real shit Drew is putting into Drew. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people's like, oh, so it's just you turned up to 11. And Drew's like, nah, nigga, I'm in the negative right now. I ain't even turned up. Like, my battery is so low that, like, I need to transcribe that. I need to translate that in the character, which is what he's told to Seth so many times.
Yeah,
I've missed funerals and birthdays and anniversaries and whoop de whoop, and to carry a company during an unprecedented time that never happened before, that I was the shoulders that they put this shit on, only for you to cry.
Like, people are, you know, we're going through a pandemic.
Yes,
people are passing away. You don't know if your family's gonna get caught with COVID. You don't have no idea what this virus is, and you're like, all right, I'm going to choose to stick around in this foreign country. Let's be real, this is his new home, but still, it's still not where he was born, and for his job and for the entertainment of us, hold it down. I will never underestimate what Drew has given the business, especially during that such a crisis time.
We was in Tampa for that Mania too, and
yeah,
worked his way.
That's why when he was crying before that, like you see the emotion, a real man going through something. It's a lot on his shoulders. He shed tears right before Tampa. You can see it. We're like, oh, Drew's crying. Yeah, Drew's emotional.
He's the first match in the first live event with fans for the biggest wrestling company in the world, and it's him and Bobby.
And he choked up. He got emotional. I remember that. So bringing that full circle to Cody, that stuff does not escape me. I think that if I was the big star wrestler like Cody, and I had personal things going on, there's no way that's not seeping into my character with an authentic character such as Cody, and I know that on the outside in, we want to just say, oh, The Rock is funny. The Rock is an alpha male. He's doing all this rah shit and calling him a bitch and all that shit. But Cody's real. Cody's not going to try to outshine The Rock. He's just going to be himself. He's going to stay true to himself. And that's what I fuck with Cody. And that's why I fuck with him. And that's why he should be the champion, because he shows a different level of a different lens of masculinity in my mind. Him having his dog, him loving his mom, loving his wife, loving his kid, and being able to express that on television, not saying, hey, guys, all the ladies want to be with me and all this, that, and the fourth. He's not that guy. He's not that. So you can do it the Cody way and still be the man, the guy, and the champion. And I think he's being true to himself. So I hear all the chatter about everybody, turning on Cody, and obviously Rock was in Memphis, Tennessee, this on SmackDown, and he that was a scathing promo he did on Cody, and definitely emasculating him a little bit. And I look at that, and they're chanting Rocky, because that's like his home away from home in a sense, because that's where he started his wrestling career. They're always going to chant him because he went there with Jerry King Lawler in Memphis, and was it the promotion down there, and that's where he started his career as Flex Kavana. So they have a intimate relationship with him. Don't get it twisted. The Rock is still a bad guy. As funny as he can be, he's the bad guy in this scenario. And yes, he could sway some of us to say, yeah, he's the guy who we want to cheer for now. Like, yeah, Cody shouldn't be crying about that shit. But in a real talk, when he said that back at the Royal Rumble about how much he didn't know he needed that, we don't know how much he needed that. I suspect that something personal is going on with his life. And I think that when he talks about his mother in particular, he gets choked up for a reason. We don't know what could be going on. And so then The Rock doubles down and, says, hey, listen, I'm going to talk to your mom and I'm going to beat you. I'm going to give her a belt. I'm going to beat you so bad. It's going to be blood on this belt I'm going to give her. Such villain behavior, and doubles down on that and turns it into his promo, which is a work of art, saying, I'm going to hand that title to your mother with all this blood and your skin ripped off and all that stuff. I think just escalates the drama factor for this match at WrestleMania. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I think that we're right where we should be with this program, but I'm still on Cody's side, man. I'm not a Cody crybaby. I'm not gonna say that because, hey, man, I'm down with whatever the way it goes. If Roman wins, I'm gonna be like, hey, man, it just wasn't Cody's night. Because I think it's just an interesting story at this point. But if I were to choose it, I would say night 1, The Rock and Roman win. Night 2, Cody wins. I can't hear you. He's muted, bro.
That's why I said I was Team Rock. That's why I was saying I was Team Rock. I said I'm Team Rock for the simple fact that I need the deck stacked as high as it can be, and I don't need Cody to cry his way through it. Right? Like I'm looking for him to, as Seth. I
don't think Cody wants to cry either. To be quite honest, I'm not saying he
the reason why. Okay, so the reason I'm okay. The promo Monday, after the slap on Friday, after he slaps The Rock on Friday, the very next time we see Cody Just like he stood up and stood tall to Paul Heyman and said, the bloodline not hunting me, I'm hunting the bloodline. Keep the same energy is all I'm saying.
That's fair. That's fair.
The bloodline has been keeping the same energy with this nigga the whole time. And when he stood up on that top rope and he told Paul Heyman to tell his fucking goonies and tell his boys, I'm hunting the bloodline. I'm coming after the bloodline. When you come out there Monday, why you in a suit? You should be ready to fight every week going forward because you just slapped the fucking Rock. You just slapped the Rock, nigga. What the fuck you suited and booted for? Talking about your mama. Your mama not even involved in this. Ain't nobody even brought up your mama. They been talking about your daddy, nigga. What you bring up your mama for?
But it is involved because his dad's dead, you know? And he can't, like, the whole thing about it was, I'm going to win the championship. My dad never won, to hand him the title that they took from him. He cannot do that. That reality has gone. That reality will never come to be. It will never pass. So the person he loves just as much, you know, his mother, he can do that for her.
I love you,
the woman he loved.
You in that on that. He can't say, bro, he can't. My wife get mad every fucking time I say my grandmother is my number one. Why? Because I got my wife. And I know Brandy's probably different and she can understand that Cody's number one is his mom. But at the same time,
I'm not saying that's his number one, but he loves her. Obviously, it's his mom.
What I am saying is that you can't say you don't have nobody left. You can't say you don't have your daughter. You can't say you don't have your wife. You can't say you don't have your brother. The people that you literally was just fighting for last year at last WrestleMania, them niggas ain't go nowhere either, bro. So what I'm trying to say is I'm following you, and I'm not trying to say that Cody don't have no right to say he's want to give that to his mother. I'm not saying that. But at the end of the day, he did choose when Seth cut the promo and say, are you going to fight for the title that it's the Dusty title, or are you going to fight for the Hollywood title? That whole time, Seth also say, don't make the decision based on nobody else. Don't make the decision based on what your dad would have done. Don't make the decision on what I want you to do. Don't make the decision that you want to do. Cody says that he wants to finish the story and win the championship, period. It ain't got to be for nobody else. And I will ride with you with that story because I've been for 2 years with that.
I hear you, bro. And I'm with you on that. And I think that's a fair sentiment to have. My whole thing is I think there was some real life truth to that promo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that was coming.
It is before his mom leaves. His mom might be sick. Before his mom leaves, he wants to have that moment with his mom.
Maybe we don't know. Yeah, we might.
Yeah, and it's pure speculation. Pure speculation.
And this is pure speculation. Yeah, but that's me reading the tea leaves of like something is like he might be going through something in his life, you know, and I don't think that comes from nowhere. Like, you know, that's what I'm saying. You know, I don't think that comes from nowhere. So when he says she's all I got left, maybe she's going through something, and he's like, man, I can't help her, but I can bring her this championship. And he's just talking on the mic, and he's like, man, why do I want to win this, yo? This is what I want to do. You know, this is what I want to do. And
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, man, I'm with Cody, man, and I think he should be champion. I hope he is. I hope we don't get. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, riot if Cody doesn't win or something. Like, oh man, he got screwed. But I do think that's what's best for the story thus far. I do want to see a different side of Cody as well. But especially if he doesn't win, then he's almost forced to show a different side of himself. You know, that is a little bit more aggressive. That's not going to be the, you know, the goody two shoes, you know, diplomatic version of himself. He's going to have to, you know, be a little bit jaded, you know, and I don't want him to get there because he's such an uplifting guy and such an uplifting character and person as a whole. So I think
as we see with the character development, though, I'm sorry, with Drew involved with this. Well, you say you didn't want to see Cody jaded, right? Mm-hmm. I think it might be necessary.
But if you have Drew, you don't need it. If you have Drew being that character on your television screen, you don't need Cody to do it too. You know, Cody's the guy who's going to be like the John Cena type that's always going to keep going and do it the honorable way. If you lose 2 years in a row, that's like there is a level of like, come on now, you know?
Yeah.
That, and I don't know how they pivot. The Rock said he was not going to get another chance with the championship after this. You know, they're going to put Bloodline rules in the match if he doesn't win the tag match. So it's like there's a lot of things that are stacked up against him, but that's when we can create the biggest baby face in the industry, or if he's not already, you know, like
No, he will be excuse me, he'll be the heir apparent to John Cena.
Yeah, and with I think that Cody being the way he is, I think a lot of us men will be like, oh, stop crying, that bitch ass thing. But I think that's also partially like this, you know, what they say, toxic masculinity society we can be sometimes. I think that
Rock is showing out a lot.
Yeah, I think that's what we kind of see in a dichotomy in those two promos between Cody and Rock. I think that's kind of missing in the you know, from the discussions people are having about it, about this macho man versus this emotional man. I think there's a deeper societal meaning, you know, behind what we're seeing here, you know. And I think the guys who are just, you know, like, yeah, Rocky, yeah, we're seeing Rock, you know, talk about the girls who love him. We're seeing the Rock talk about, you know, beating the shit out of him and fuck his story and just all this, you know, bravado. You know, I think a deeper, you know, level of this story is can this emotional man reach the promised land and be himself still and still stand true to his morals and not and be emotional throughout the process. Yeah, we want to see more aggression. So do I. Because even me as an emotional man, I have an aggressive side to myself that I know is there. That I know that, and given the right position and timing, is appropriate to stand up for myself. And I think that Cody should have been past that point now. You know, now they're making a mockery of him, his dog, his wife, his mom, his life. So, and his story. At this point, I think come tomorrow, Monday, Cody needs to show some more backbone. And I think it's okay to have both. You know, and I think that's where I'm at with Cody, at least.
Well, I will say this for us to kind of move and progress forward into what it is that we're moving into with the show. As far as the promo that Rock gave on Rocky, the reason why I'm 17 Rock, he's doing a lot to progress the storyline.
Oh, for sure. I love what he's doing. Yeah, I like
it. And he's doing more of it in an entertaining fashion than Cody is. And to me, I'm only saying that's fair because again, I'm just not getting what I want from Cody in this particular state of the feud. Right? I know it's easy to turn on a fire. I've said for a while, 40 doesn't feel like 40. And don't get me wrong, you look at the card. The card is stacked, bro. I can't fucking deny the card is stacked. The fire behind the stories, I just feel like it's being unattended to, right?
I think that it's. I mean, I don't mean to cut you off, but let's be real. Let's be real. WrestleMania has been like that for a long time now. I think it's just our expectations have risen. Like we were like, but I don't feel like they built this stuff properly. And a lot of times they didn't. Like, let's be real, a lot of times they did. But this year, I think they're doing a good job. I think that the long-term storytelling between Bayley and Io, for me, I'm locked in. I like what they doing there. The Rhea and Becky stuff is gonna come down to Becky overcoming Nia to go after Rhea. The storytelling could have been a little better, but I think that match more than anything is gonna be what we're looking for. Santos and LOWO, Rey Mysterio stuff, I enjoy that. I want to see a luchador fiasco at WrestleMania. I want to see 6-man tag, something crazy like that. You know, I want to see them go crazy. The ladder match, finally, we know what's going to happen with the tag team division. The matches, there's no story there, absolutely. But all right, Judgment Day, we're going to have to defend it in a ladder match. Cool. The storyline with Logan Paul and all that stuff has been building with KO for a minute, and now we've included Randy Orton into the fray. I think it's a light way to create something for WrestleMania, but there's always that couple of matches that, there's no like deep story to it. I think the deepest thing for me is Damage Control and obviously the main event with the Bloodline and Cody's situation. Those are ones that I think has been given the time and respect.
But what I'm saying is, and again, when you say my expectations, bro, we telegraphed Jimmy.
Oh yeah, Jay and Jimmy too. Yeah,
but it's just thrown together, right? It was, bro. It was telegraphed fucking after the breakup. They lost the tag match, then the Civil War, then they at the Rumble. Yes, you gave us little fucking, but where is the fire between brother and brother? You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't get me wrong, they're doing their best on the mic. Little bro, big, bro. Outrage. It's enticing. It's real. But the real tangible story of Jimmy interrupting, like why Jay ain't address that? Like why Jimmy ain't got no real feelings of why his brother can't be champion without him? Like why can't it be some real feeling behind like that? And I don't want to just pick at that.
I think there's undertones of jealousy.
Yes.
I think it's what is not spoken. I think there's undertones of jealousy, and I think they should tell it more.
And so with just that particular story, the United States Championship, right? I'm an Intercontinental Championship. Gunther has done a fantastic job for 2 years to rehabilitate that championship. Sammy has done a really phenomenal job at being the babyface that we love him to be. I think when we ask for a moment, Chad Gable and Gunther
should be in that match, bro.
That should be fire.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You know what else? You know what else? Sammy should be first facing Seth. It should be a triple threat. That should be a triple threat. That's what I think should have been the goal too. And Chad Gable should be in that Intercontinental Championship.
Because Sami Zayn whole story is I am world championship material.
Exactly.
And Drew's story is little nigga move. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the story.
They should have figured something out inside the Elimination Chamber, putting Sammy in there. They really should have, and that should have been a triple threat. You know, and then Seth being distracted with the bloodline stuff. You can have Sammy saying, "Listen, Seth, I get where you're coming from, and yeah, I wasn't in the bloodline, and I hear what you're trying to do, but I also would recommend you, not get too involved and seeing the little intricacies. So I think that's what I would have done.
Joint to that shit, bro. Hell yeah.
Sammy should be in a triple threat for the World Heavyweight Championship, especially after his run last year going into WrestleMania until now. I think this is a step back, him facing Gunther. Although the match should be phenomenal, and I think Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania should always be one that's potential to steal a show, and this has that potential. I do think Sammy should be in a triple threat with Drew and Seth, and I think that if Drew pulled out the victory, I wouldn't be mad about that. But Drew and Seth 1-on-1, it's cool, but I think with Sammy would add another dynamic to it.
I'm not gonna say Paul has missed a lot, but what you just did, I swear to you, bro. I swear to you, I'm telling you, if those two matches are switched with what Rocky's doing,
yeah, then you're gonna have that feeling.
With what I am so locked in because I'm following the story of Chad for 6 months, nigga.
Yeah.
6 months. That's how you fucking wrote me in to Philadelphia to where he takes the fucking straps off. He fucking locks in that ankle lock. The fucking crowd goes crazy. And he fucking does the Kurt Angle fucking nigga. What are you doing to me? Sammy going against him. And Drew going against him. Right themselves is what I'm saying. Because Sammy really wants to be a world champion.
Yeah, and that's what he wants. He's been Intercontinental champion multiple times.
He needs to be pulling tights. He needs to be like, because Seth and Sammy's match, Seth kind of it was a quick pin, but if I'm not mistaken, didn't Seth have a little bit of leverage or was it clean? Was it clean?
But I think
it was clean. Okay.
They pivoted real quick from him being like a world champion and then to I gotta find my way into WrestleMania. That's what it was. So that was a little bit uncomfortable, and I think the fans can sense that was rushed. The whole Sammy thing was like, we heard him saying he wants to be world champion. He wants to be a world champion. Then why is he not going to the world championship? You gave him that match, he lost it. Boom. But I would have had Drew. I would have had Drew interfere in that. Like I would have had Drew involved in that. All based off of his his problems with Sammy before and his problems with Seth before. So they could have somehow, after CM Punk's injury, found a way to get Sammy into that match with Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, and it be a triple threat, and then also have Chad Gable have a huge moment at WrestleMania with the 1-on-1 match against Gunther, which I think would have stole the show, honestly. But here we are, So you can nitpick WrestleMania card, but that's the one I think mistake that I think I can see right now on the card. And
Yeah,
then also I don't know where Bianca's going to be, so that's the only other thing.
well, I will add to that when we talk about the women's side of the card. Don't get me wrong. I believe Rhea and Becky is going to do phenomenal as being a great women's match. I also believe Bayley and Io is going to put on an absolute classic on the women's side.
I agree.
I think more of my gripe on the women's side is the dexterity and the diversity that is within the women's division, that it doesn't allow them to breathe a bit, right? I like right now, Bianca needed to breathe the loss of Elimination Chamber a little bit, because again, the pin, the devastation, everything like that, I need that to breathe a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I need to see that a little bit more shown, because again,
I mean, they were chanting her name at the end of SmackDown. Like the fans were chanting her name, EEST, EEST, and she doesn't show up at all. She doesn't even show up to help, and Trinity came for the save for Bayley. Previous week, you had, Bianca backstage with Naomi saying, you weren't here for all the things that Bayley did. And this is kind of like she's reaping what she sowed, So that to me sounded a bit not heel, but definitely something that means that Bianca has a gripe, that is unresolved with Bayley. So the fact that she didn't come out to save Bayley on SmackDown is not very much surprising to me. But if she doesn't come out for the save, then what is she doing? Like where does she stand in this picture towards WrestleMania? You know what I mean?
I am frozen right now. Can you see me?
Yeah, I see you're frozen. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, man.
All right, give me one.
All right, he's gonna come back, guys. But yeah, the long-term storytelling with Bianca has to be about her getting back to that championship. Let's be real. She was screwed out of it after the knee injury. Io comes back and steals the championship from her after that triple threat with Asuka and Charlotte. And there hasn't really been opportunity for her to reclaim that, so not fairly, at least. So I think right now Bianca has a gripe out for Bayley, but she have just as much of a gripe with Io Shirai. But could we possibly see Bianca in a tag team with Naomi, or a tag team match against the Kabuki Warriors? If she has to then, go, and shake hands with Bayley and be her side, after the long-term feud they've been having since Bianca has debuted on the main roster, can her and Bayley come to a, what they say, a peace treaty, and say the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing, and then see what that lines up with her route to WrestleMania. I don't think she should necessarily be in Bayley's corner or anything, but she should have something to gripe to have against, Io after taking her title the way she did. And she should have some gripes with the Kabuki Warriors for, being aligned with Io as well. So we'll wait. I'm willing to wait and see. But between WrestleMania with what's going on with Bianca, and then we have what's going on with Sammy and Gunther and Chad Gable. Those are the only two gripes I have going into WrestleMania. But for me, I'm excited for the card so far. I really am.
I would say this, and apologies. I would say this for what I was kind of getting to when I say the diverse. Nia, we talked about the MVP of the women's division since New Year. Nia's story, Becky's story, Rhea's story, I'm very much liking. I'm liking, and Liv being involved in there. They got a last woman standing match, I think, coming up in the next couple of weeks. Is Becky gonna be able to overtop Nia? I believe that has to happen for her to get some momentum to go into Mania.
Yeah, I think that she's gonna get a victory, and it's gonna be not a pinfall, obviously, because it's last man woman standing. So I guess that you can kind of keep Nia fresh. You can say
Well,
Nia can always say,
I mean, Liv is going to help. I'm assuming, right?
yeah.
Liv's going to come out and help bury her under some shit, and you know what I'm saying. We already know what it's going to be. You feel me?
We shall see. Yeah.
But Nia having a claim at being first in line, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and being able to challenge that champion after is very going to be. And Bayley, if Bayley defeats Io, a double turn. Well, not a double turn because Bayley's a babyface right now, but heel Bianca, babyface Bayley. I think that makes a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
That makes a little bit of money.
But man, I just don't know if Bianca's ready to turn heel. I think what we're more likely going to see is a friendship between Bayley and Bianca over the next couple months start to bud, and more of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend type thing. I could think that's more likely. I think Bianca right now, after loving like her show coming out, just her on all the commercials, I don't see her just taking a pivot to be a heel at the moment. I think that they need to find a new like baby face top in the women's division that can be on the commercials and all that before that ever happens. I think the business wise, I think they see her as a ambassador, and
so with that being said, we talk about our babies all the time being just dumb baby faces, right? Bianca doesn't clearly seem to follow that mode because she's like, I'm not coming. Naomi, you want to go make that save? Go ahead. That's your girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That ain't none of my friends. My wife got those subset of friends where her friends got friends, but she ain't friends with the friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, how that work? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But that's just how it goes. So I think Naomi being in the middle, saying, "Hey, I know Bayley. She did what she did to get a spot. We all gotta do whatever the case may be." Naomi being in the middle and having those three baby faces against Damage Control, I think does help with the balance of it all. But man, I just really honestly we spent a lot of time on Bayley and Io last week by accident because I didn't really want that to be my sticking point of what I felt like didn't hit. But what I was making is that I thought that Royal Rumble winner, a la Cody, did deserve a little bit more of not just what I felt like was throwaway time. You know what I'm saying?
I think for sure they definitely need more. I think Bayley deserves more recognition and just more attention, show her more love, respect for where she's done and what she's done and where she's at right now.
Because Rocky can do 20 minutes on Raw. Rocky don't have to do 20 minutes on SmackDown. You feel me? I think the time that and especially if we're talking about what time is given to the women and how I want that story to be shown.
Well, they gave them the main event last week. They gave
Correct.
them the main,
Correct.
So they are doing something.
Correct.
To set this up, and I'm like, what else would I have done like that not being done? That's what I'm asking myself right now. Like, would I have done a 20-minute promo for Bayley? I don't think that's gonna hit. Like, I don't 15-minute promo.
I think from what
you gotta recognize that like majority of these women don't speak English. Like on this group, so you're over here trying to figure out they don't got no Rock on the other side to tell a story the way he does. But I don't mind what they've done to some degree, but I think that it's a storyline.
Well, I'm just saying Bayley has been proven to be a carrier of ding dong. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like I'm not asking for that, or what I am saying is just all I was saying last week was that what they did this week balanced it out. So
okay.
I can't. bitch
Yeah,
about it. Right?
yeah.
They gave Rock the opening segment. He did his little shit. We loved it, but Dakota and Bailey got time, told a story, and was the end of the show.
Yeah.
So I do like that. You know what I'm saying? I think moving forward to what else I do like, and it's not necessarily with this company. And to go along with the women topic, Mercedes Moné debut with AEW.
Money. The CEO. Thank you for that birthday gift, Mercedes. Appreciate it. She looked fantastic.
For
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Nah, she's gonna be huge. Honestly, like I said last week, AEW retooling the way they have with Will Ospreay, Okada, Mercedes, I think is incredible, man. I'm definitely tuning in to see her. It's a huge get. I'm excited to see what she has to offer at the women's division. I think she's going to elevate it. You know, we say a lot of times with the women's division at AEW, they deserve more time, but they also have to be able to, you know, deliver when they get those moments. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. Some of the TBS champions thus far have not delivered in matches in multiple, and this has happened for every single champion that they've had at TBS. They've had severe botches, put it that way, you know. And I'm not saying that I'm not trying to kill them or anything like that, but I think they are learning on the job, on the fly a lot, you know, and showing this. I think Mercedes will be able to elevate the quality of the matches. I just feel that way, you know. I just genuinely believe that some of the women on the roster can learn a lot from her, and it definitely takes it to a whole nother level, in ring wise and star power wise. I think she has it all. So shout out to Mercedes, man, CEO. I'm down to see where this goes with her.
I will say this to your point. The TBS champions, like we talking about Chris Statlander, we talking about Julia Hart, hell, we talking about Jade Cargill. We always thought that TBS championship was going to be like the women's workhorse championship. I was trying to make sure I didn't say no, you know what I'm saying? You know, all right. So I really thought the Ruby Soho career trajectory would have been different. She was champion.
Funny?
What's going on?
I, for the first time, watched that Ruby Soho Jade Willow Nightingale tag team match against Taya Conti and Anna Jay. And after that match, bro, Ruby was hot as hell. They could have pulled the trigger and made her a TBS champion. What the fuck were they thinking? That was a crazy match. That was incredible, yo. That was ill.
Speaking of Willow, my girl, I had my OG neighbor over here. He like 40, 45, 47, something like that. And so I got you in my drive, nigga. You watch what I watch. So I put on wrestling, and he was like, "Oh, who that? Oh, that's my type right there. Who that?" I'm like, "That's Willow, big dog." You know, like I think she's spoken for multiple occasions across the fan base. You know, I don't know how many pieces of Willow out there by men that say, "Oh, that's mine right there." You know what I'm saying? Willow was in the main event with
Riho,
and what a main event it was.
It was good. I loved it.
As you stated, these women need the opportunities.
Yes,
and women need to sink or swim, and they swam. They weren't really swimmers, but they swam.
There's something about Riho though that I just can't buy. I just cannot. She's a great wrestler, phenomenal wrestler, but she is like 80 pounds soaking wet. I cannot take and believe her beating anybody in a wrestling match. I just can't.
Stop it. Her and Kyrie Zane is the same build, nigga, and Kyrie can stump her way through and drop that motherfucking elbow. You believe it like a motherfucker. You know what I'm
Kyrie
saying?
Zane is in a tag division. She got Oscar to partner with, you know, like when she was in
She was
NXT.
the women's champion.
Yeah, but she was facing girls her size. Like I can't take Rio and Willow Nightingale seriously. I'm sorry. It took me out. It took me out of the match a little bit, but I was like, all right. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Like, let's just. And it was a really good match, you know. But there's something about Rio that I just can't, like, just buy into. Like, I don't know what to say. I just don't buy it. Maybe I don't know what it is. Kyrie, I can buy more. I'm sorry. It's not just. I guess. I don't know.
I can't believe that take from the simple fact Rhea has been champion. How many? Ain't she been champion?
Who? Rhea? Yeah, she was the first one.
That's what I'm saying. Like Rio beat fucking. You ain't say that when she beat Nyla.
I was trying to give him a chance to survive, bro. I was trying. I didn't want to see him. I was giving them, grading them on the curve, bro. And that shit is over. Those days are over. They're been over. But you know, I told even back then I was like, yo, just make Nyla Rose the first champion. I'll be the most controversial thing you've seen in a minute. The first, okay, let's not go there. But that's what I was saying back then. I was at
the time, 2019. That shit would have led CNN or something.
Yeah, I was saying that back then. Like,
bro,
just give it to
nigga, before the pandemic, that would have been like the biggest thing to talk about.
Yo, AEW would have got mad publicity, you know. Like, just let's start out with controversy, you know.
Yo, but nigga, shit. Matter of fact, Tony Khan, smart.
You know, but I mean, she was in the main event. I mean, of the match, she was in the finals. Like,
exactly.
I mean, if you put her in the finals, then obviously there's no. You might as well go all the way. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, you want Rio to beat this? Forget it. I'm gonna get myself canceled.
Big dominant woman, because Nyla is a big dominant woman. I think that was the thing, right? Nyla being.
Let's be real. Like, I'm not trying to beat cancer or nothing like that, but
no, we're not gonna be fake. No,
let's not be real. There was a boxer. Forget it. Forget it. I'm not gonna say what else, but it doesn't make any sense to me. That's all I'm saying. I think you get where I'm coming from. I'm just not gonna say it.
I think what you're trying to say is that there are weight divisions, and that is a point. When you say Rio is battling Nyla Rose and Willow Nightingale,
there's not only a weight division. There's a testosterone like the division, you know, between the two. So I believe.
Bro, no, you didn't even have. We didn't. I covered the base, and you just unswept it. You know what I'm saying?
It's so crazy how we can't say like. This is. I'm not
saying. I will cut the fucking live, brother.
I'm not saying anything crazy, but
I think you are. I think we're on the verge.
We can't even say what. All right, forget it.
Thank you.
I'm not saying that Nyla's not a woman. Nyla's a woman, but come on, like, all right, let's move on.
Thank you.
Let's move on.
Thank you. So
Nyla Rose.
I will say now with AEW, I was very much pleased with how they presented Mercedes Moné. She was first segment. Also, I was very much pleased with I didn't necessarily understand the overrun, but I did love that Mercedes and Willow were in the ring together. I love that you know how we say sometimes WWE doesn't acknowledge prior history and stuff like that, or everything like that. AEW is clearly not scared of that. I was
like not WWE. Actually, wait. You know,
I mean, Edge and Christian is like.
No, you're right.
But I think also with that being said though, the whole show I think was a wave, right? Compared to what Collision and Rampage was. I believe that the last couple of nights that AEW's had, because today's Sunday, I think the last two nights that they had has been some of the best wrestling shows that they put together. Like this shit has been
killing it.
Slapping. Kyle O'Reilly and Brian Keith was a banger.
I missed that too.
Match in House of Black versus the Infantry was a dope match. Trisha Dora versus Julia Hart was a fire match. Shibata versus Bryan Danielson on free fucking TV. Amazing goddamn it, with Nigel McGuinness hating ass on fucking commentate. It's been some dope ass matches, man. And I'm just super happy that AEW is going back to the roots of what I like them to be, which is a televised independent show. I love that shit. Because what they did to Wardlow trying to tell a story fucked me up.
So Wardlow got choked out again by Samoa Joe for like the millionth time. At least he didn't cut his hair this time, so that's a plus. After that promo Wardlow had, to have him Wardlow, when's your contract up, Wardlow? Like honestly, when's your contract up? Because I think NXT would love to have you. I'm honestly probably making way more money in AEW. I get it, bro. But after the promo you had a great promo. You have a great presence. You have a great look. To not build to the Samoa Joe match and just throw it out 2 weeks later after, they just throw you in an all-star match, whatever the fuck they called it, Rampage, and then win that, and then a week after that, 2 weeks after that, or 2 shows after that, have you just cleanly lose? I think it's a disgrace, bro. It's the same cycle with Wardlow. Have you noticed this? It's the same fucking cycle, bro. And now he's behind the Undisputed Kingdom. He needs to get away from them. Like I say this about a lot of people in AEW. Just get away from them, and he needs to find his own path. Like for real. The TNT Championship, he's already done that. So I hope that he's on a warpath continually after this. I just don't know where you go with him. Honestly, I don't.
Warpath to
you could have done. You could have done this with Lance Archer. You could have done this with Brian Cage and had him choked out by Samoa Joe. You didn't need Wardlow to be the guy to get choked out by him.
Bro.
What does it do for
Wardlow to come out and cut the fucking promos that he did for him to then come back and be like, I bind the he fucking oh my gosh.
It wasn't even like a crazy way. He just ducked his arm and just choked him out. Bro, it wasn't like he like snuck him or like
he just beat that nigga regular, blood. He beat that nigga regular.
Yeah. Shout out to Mojo. Love Mojo, but I do think that you got more out. I think you should have more out of Wardlow going forward as a talent, and maybe they don't think he's ready yet. Maybe they don't think he's ready yet. I think Wardlow and Swerve would have slapped. I know that. I know. Huh?
Yeah, they don't think who ready yet.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer the question, bro. Maybe they don't think Wardlow's ready for that moment, to hold the championship or to be in the main event.
I don't know when that nigga gonna be ready. Bro. Like honestly, what would be the reason not to pull a trigger on somebody that is a homegrown guy? That is your guy that at the end of the day was one of the most over wrestlers in your company.
True that. I don't know. It's like this failure to launch thing they keep doing. He'll get popping and then come down. They get popping and go down. And after MJF, the MJF saga, it should not have taken this long for him to still be a mid-card big dude who doesn't do anything but lose. Like it's an egregious misstep to me by AEW. Sorry, it is. And then the whole Bang Bang Gang thing, they turned on them for no fucking reason this week. I told you this was a waste of time. I told you a long time ago. I told
you they was going to turn them. I said it was going to turn them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you not? Did you not?
Unless they're unifying the belts, this whole thing is null and void. It don't really make much sense. You know, so I'm like, that's what I feel. I mean, that's just my honest opinion. But
Okay.
hey, I get
I
it.
mean, now I know you think they have too many championships to begin with. So, like, to be honest, I can't disagree with you on that. But at the same
Mhm.
time, like, if what other, I'm asking you, what other trio do they have? Right?
House of
Because
Black. I think they're trying to create another trio. Didn't House of Black just lose to a trio? They just be creating them every now and then. I just like they just be creating these niggas. Like, oh, we're gonna put you three together since you're already in a stable, and we're gonna say that you're a trios, group. And hey, rightfully so. They got Dark Order, they got Jay Lethal on them. Um, right? I
they
don't
got
really care about the trios championship because they haven't really they missed the opportunity for me to care. I mean, when you had the whole BCC versus Elite thing, that was the time to make that title mean something, and they missed that opportunity. So until you have a stable that really matters, that holds that title, and another stable that really matters, that holds that title, then you can make it something. When you have people like the Shield and the Wyatt family going back to back, that deserves a title. Like something like that, you need like a really high profile trios match. And sorry, but even this BCC versus you know, I mean Bang Bang Gang or whatever versus the Scissors Gang, I don't like it. I don't think it's gonna be the one the thing that could get me to watch the show. I think that people have kind of like are kind of seeing the repetitiveness of the Acclaimed and the whole scissors thing, and it's just kind of like, oh, it's kind of died down. I'm not sure how much the merchandise is doing now. Maybe it's still going strong. If that's the case, then yeah, go for it. But at this point, I think they've been tag champions. Now they're trios champion, right? They've held
yeah.
both. They've held both.
It's time for them to break up.
Yeah, I think the breakup should be pending. Um, and then for Jay White, him and Darby had a good match, which made me feel even more like he shouldn't even be in this trios thing at all.
Darby broke his foot.
Yeah, he did break his foot. So shout out to Darby. Hope you get well soon. Unfortunately, you
That,
can't go to
that was just about to say if he can't climb Mount
you
Everest.
can't climb Mount Everest. Yeah, but hey, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. But Mount Everest, that's a crazy ass feat, and I'm sure he wants to do that in his lifetime. But hey, there's a timing for everything. So hopefully he gets to do it at time. But yeah, take some time off, Darby, get healed up, and we'll love to see you back when his time comes. And there's a built-in feud with you and Jay White now. So I just don't see I don't like the whole trio situation. I'm not excited by it. I'm not like, oh my god, I can't wait to see the title change. I don't really care, And
the trio's title was never something that you was going to care about anyway, right?
That's not true. That's not true. I'm the one who said they should get a trios title because they had so many groups at the time. But you have to tell stories with these things. You got to put it on. If you like, why when you had the whole Jericho Appreciation Society, why didn't they hold the Trios Championship? You want to give them all that fucking time on TV. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like if you want to use it right. If you're gonna use if you had the freaking before the Jericho Appreciation Society, you had the Inner Circle. Why couldn't you put them with the Trios Championship, make them feel more, important? While Jericho was in the main event. Like there's so many opportunities you guys could have had with the Trios Championship to make it more prominent, and then put the champions in Blood and Guts against some competitors, and then after Blood and Guts, you have them defended against three of the guys who they're facing Blood and Guts in a huge match. You guys do these stadium stampede matches. Why isn't there a trios championship on the line in these things? Like why can't you do that with the trios championship? It doesn't make any sense to me. You just do it with the group just to say, hey, we had these matches. None of these matches mean anything. Blood and Guts mean anything, and neither does the Stadium Stampede. It's just a chaotic match that is branded by AEW, which is cool and all. But if a championship was won in one of these matches, maybe I would remember it. I don't know.
Well, they had the tournament for the tag team, the vacant tag team titles, and the Infantry won. The Infantry won a match against House of Black.
Yeah, Infantry. Yeah.
Infantry won with the with the help of Mark Briscoe. So, you know what I'm saying? That's a continuous storyline with House of Black and everything like that. And so with that being said, I definitely listen, they have a lot of titles. They do. We already know they have a lot of titles. A lot of titles that don't mean a lot, right? But when they can mean something, I believe they have the ability to. Right now, Roderick Strong has the international championship, the championship that Orange Cassidy made so famous with his work. Right now,
before you go to that real quick,
mm-hmm.
We have Young Bucks and Private Party in the tournament on the bracket. We have Undisputed Kingdom versus either the Best Friends or Don Callis family, which we'll find out which one wins that. And like you mentioned, won the wild card on the other side of the bracket against the House of Black. Means that they will be facing FTR, and the winner of that match will be facing the winner of Ricky Starks, the Big Bill versus Top Flight. I'm looking at this whole thing. It's almost like made up so that it can go Young Bucks versus FTR at the end of the finals, but I don't want to just assume that. I could also see Private Party versus FTR, and I know that the Best Friends are trying to be like, oh, it's time for us to win gold.
Bro, don't nobody care about the Best Friends, bro. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with you.
Yeah, so let's
a whole buck with you, nigga.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about the Best Friends, bro.
Yeah, it's just not it right now.
No.
But you know what would be really cool? Top Flight versus Young Bucks, with Top Flight getting the victory. That'd be cool too. Because the Young Bucks will be in the finals. Let's be real. The Young Bucks are gonna be in the finals. So it's either gonna be them versus FTR, Top Flight. That's all. You know.
Well, I can't say that. Quick diversion. You say who contract is that? Nigga, Ricky Starks. When your shit up, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
He's out of here, man. Like that's why I'm saying Top Flight's gonna be. Speaking of contracts being up, Infantry beating Buddy Matthews. I think that's also a sign that he might be leaving. Like House of Black losing that match, you know, isn't that to the Infantry? Like this new tag team. Although shout out to Infantry, I like what they're doing. I think that's a sign that Buddy Matthews might be on the way out. You know, Andrade left. You know, might be going to follow suit, and then also Alistair. You know, like he might. Have you noticed like the House of Black's not getting much play? Period. You know?
Nah, I mean, yeah. Wherever my wife said, I probably kind of like wouldn't want to be at as well. Especially if I'm Buddy Matthews. Mm-hmm. This nigga Dominic kind of been getting too close. You feel me? Like
I want to see Dominic versus Buddy Murphy or whatever.
Nigga, hell yeah. I want that. Nigga, I want that like a motherfucker, cuz. I want Buddy Matthews to show up. Like, yo, you getting tattoos with my bitch and everything, cuz? Hell no, you gotta see me, bud. You gotta see me for real, nigga. You getting tattoos with my bitch? Nigga, hell no.
Speaking of relationships, Lana has divorced Miro, and Lana have divorced. It seems like marriage in the wrestling community, you know, it seems not always last. So I know people were saying also that Trick Williams and Kissing Last Legends, hey, wasn't she married? I don't think so anymore. You know, I think things change. You know, when you get into such an industry like this, it can be very hard to keep a relationship unless the guys are in the industry. And then even with people like Miro and Lana, or CJ Perry, I should say, it's hard to, you know, maintain it even if you are in the same industry.
You know what's hard, nigga? A lot of motherfucking work, nigga, at work, what? Nigga. I'm on down.
What the fuck are you talking about?
This nigga been with mad niggas at work, cuz like I'm tired of saying that. If I'm Miro, bro, you can't write nothing else for my bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of you. That's the only thing you want to do. That's the only thing you want to do. And she was like, it's acting. It's acting, bitch. Yeah. Nigga, all right. Nigga, you ain't that good of an actor. I can tell you that. So first of all, you were Bobby.
I knew something was up when Miro started saying his wife's talking about his wife every day on AEW. Like, oh, I'm doing this for my wife. I'm the redeemer, and everything's for my wife. I'm like, something's going wrong at home. I already know something's up. You know, if he kept on making his character in wrestling about his wife, something's up. And then he got salty when they saw a picture with her and Damian Priest and says, "Oh yeah, y'all believe the whole Bobby Lashley thing," and he got salty about that. So I know this nigga was sensitive. I just knew immediately, like, all right, something's going on. So now to see that they're splitting,
bro, sensitive.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not trying to hold you, bro. Why my bitch always gotta be the bitch though? Not even trying to like.
She was doing the whole Dolph Ziggler thing, and then they went and got married during the whole Dolph Ziggler situation. Fucked up the entire storyline. You know, like it seems like he doing this shit on purpose, letting everybody know this is my bitch. You know, but my wife. Let's not say bitch, but she's my wife. You know, and I think that when people speak too loudly, it's like they're insecure. I think that's what I heard. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be, because it's all depending on what was going on and the agreements they had in their relationship and what he can understand, what she can understand. But this dude is from Bulgaria, bro. Like, let's be real. He ain't down with all that bullshit.
What I can tell you is too, neither is Trinity. They did that shit and tried to do that one time, and she beat the shit out of Mandy Rose. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only so you can say like. It's only so many times the script can come past you, and you can be like, so I can't whip his ass because he lost all those feuds. He lost the dog, and lost his bitch. He lost to Bobby and lost his bitch. He go to AEW, whole other company. She managing other niggas. He right.
I don't know why it always be like this, but the thing is like maybe they weren't having maybe they were having problems, you know, and they didn't want to, work together. I don't know. It's like wrestling can be weird like that. I know when Macho Man and Elizabeth got divorced, and they still had to freaking put on a freaking show on the like as if they're married still, and then they have to get married in the ring, fakely get married in the ring, and they were already in the divorce.
So listen, this is my point. So Chidi, this is my point. Hold on, I'm sorry. If Lana's excuse during the time of turbulence is, dear, it's work, I'm acting. Bitch, don't nobody believe you. Look at Elizabeth and Macho Man. These niggas is crying tears of belief because they think that these niggas are so in love. Everybody online saying my bitch is cheating on me. And you know what? I kind of believe it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you acting too good.
The difference is, and
you don't rub my chest like you do Bobby with me. You know what I'm saying? She was rubbing on chest, but she's like, "Whoa, I don't feel this chest at home." You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, man! I think that I think what is also bad for it's not even just wrestling, just relationships in general. It's social media. We're in a social media era, and I think it's hard for people who are successful to maintain a relationship when they feel like they got other options, and they feel like they can move on. It's to stick and go through things, or to say, you know what, I won't do certain things in that I think will disrespect my relationship. And I think that can cause problems in a relationship. This is not just wrestling; it's just everywhere. That if they're saying, especially when you're very attractive, successful, you have options, and you're like, okay, you want me to not pursue my career and act and do these things because it's hindering my performance as well. I need to get better and do my job and growing. I want to be able to make a career in the same industry, and you're hindering it because of it's not getting it off of Miro, getting it off of CJ. If somebody's saying that, okay, hey, I need to go travel for work, and my girl's saying, hey, you're never home, and it's like, yo.
But my case in point to this one,
you gotta understand that it's part of it. But then they see you on social media taking a picture, and it's a problem. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say to your point of relationships not possibly working in this industry. We look at Trinity and Jimmy. They was on TV. They. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy even got his own, situation where he, at one point in time, every time we saw Jimmy, he was in the news for doing something. Trinity was getting blamed for it. Like, Right, grown up. Nigga, he left the house without me. He's a grown ass man.
Trinity is not taking pictures with other men, and I think that's the thing.
But
You know,
I think,
and
but
she's
I
being
also,
respectful.
but
And she's not in storylines with other men
and
either.
that's the, and I think that's the biggest point. The biggest point of that, and I felt like this, and I feel like Miro probably is in the same way. Babe, I don't think you respect me enough. Like the hindrance of the storyline and all that shit is there. This is the fourth time you've agreed to be with another man against me on camera.
And we got creative control.
This ain't Vince.
I don't know.
No, this ain't Vince. This ain't Vince now on AEW, nigga. This TK, cuz. This ain't the same work environment. You do what I say will come across you. Like, no, she got presented, had a whole package, whole CJ Perry, the whole interest music and everything like that. Miro's doing his thing. His wife comes in and looks right past this nigga. Bro. Hell no.
I thought they were trying to play up that angle, you know, with him, and now we're seeing the divorce stuff. So it's unfortunate, you know.
Nigga, Andrade was like, nigga, nah, I'm leaving. My bitch ain't finna. No way.
All right.
Andrade got that script and said she want to be managing the who? Like, no, I only did with Zelina. Charlotte already knows Zelina. Zelina already knows Charlotte. It's already been established. I do not need.
I fought him. You know, he fought Alistair. You know, he or Malachi. You know, they know each other. You know, so I don't know, man. I don't want to tell you too much because I don't know what's going on in their relationship. But I know that if my girl was on the beach randomly with a wrestler from another company, there'll be a problem. You know, I'm just gonna say that. I don't know why that even exists.
Nigga, you tell me what WWE event was at the beach. Please. Because I don't work there no more. I don't work there. So you tell me what WWE event was at the beach.
They probably were separated for a while. Let's be real.
True.
Yeah, they probably were separated for a while. But that's crazy though. Because the fans are like, what the fuck is going on here? All right, man. That's the news for that's the little tea, the little drama section. The drama. That's the freaking Just with the Mess section, whatever you want to say.
CT with the T, you know what I'm saying?
CT with the T. Oh man. New segment brought to you by us, man. CT with the T. But yeah, anything else you want to hit on? Because right now I'm just gearing up for WrestleMania. I genuinely am just waiting for that. It's like we know what's gonna happen at this point. It's nothing that crazy to say like, oh, what do you think is gonna happen? We know. It's not just all right. Let's just see it. Let's see it live. Oh,
I will say this.
Anything you want to see on Stand and Deliver?
I will say this: if WWE makes the pivot to move Chad Gable into that match where he challenges Sami Zayn over the next 2 weeks,
damn,
for the spot for WrestleMania, I think that will.
I would like to see that, but Sammy won it fair and square. Just add Chad to the match, like at this point. Like, I would be happy if they just add him to the.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I know Gunther did one last year. I don't give a damn. Let him do it again. You know. But Chad, man, Chad is that dude, man. Like we've been saying it for a long time. I do think it's a misstep to not put him against Gunther. I do think it's a misstep. As much as we love Sammy, you know.
Sammy's that boy, man. Sammy's that boy. Like we can't deny Sammy's that boy for real.
But he's beyond it. I'm trying to be honest. Sammy's beyond the Intercontinental Championship right now. He's beyond it. He's had it before, and I don't think he's gonna beat Gunther. That's to be honest, the truth. I don't think he's gonna beat him. So like, it's just making him even look worse for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's in my mind.
And he shouldn't beat him though. That's the thing. Like it should be Chad who beats him.
Exactly. That's making a huge star in Chad, and everything you've done with Gunther to this point would have paid off. Because Chad is now he has the victory over one of the most dominant people in the world. That makes him have more credibility. You know, and we already saw that match he had with the Gunther before. Man, it's one of the match of the year candidates. To be honest with you, it was incredible.
I think he pushed Gunther to the limit more than anybody.
Yeah, that was ill. So yeah, man, I think they're messing up. I think they're messing up on that. But shout out to Chad Gable. Hopefully, you get your WrestleMania moment. And honestly, if you really want, I would say putting him in that triple threat, you could save Gunther even if with him getting a pin on Sammy, but you kind of want Gunther to be pinned clean after all that. I think to make the next person look good. I think so. And so same thing with Roman. I would want Roman to lose clean that championship, you know, because after a long reign, to him like, oh yeah, you didn't even really beat me. I mean, they could try it. I mean, and then try to have him have a rematch, you know, Backlash.
No, that's cheap. That's cheap. That's cheap. The Backlash rematch is cheap.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, man. I don't have anything else right now, man. I think it's about 7:30. I don't have anything pressing.
Right.
Yeah, the Jets signed Tyron Smith. So you went into the week. You went into your birthday. You had a strong birthday week, brother. Like the Jets got to tackle, secure the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Your quarterback is the most popular guy in the world. He might be running vice president.
I don't know what the fuck is going on there. I stayed away from that storyline. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I'm sorry, bro. He needs to chill. I don't know. I want you in the ring. I don't want you in the news for nothing other than throwing footballs. What the fuck is going on, bro?
Bro, you got your best chance at winning the Super Bowl in your lifetime. And your quarterback
Want to be vice president. What the fuck is going on?
Trump.
This is nuts. Yo, retire if that's the case. Just retire. Hold us hostage and shit. Like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, man. I'm not even talking football until we get to training camp. At least, I mean, we got a lot of work to do still. You know, I'm not sure what the fuck the Cowboys are doing, but y'all figure something out. I bet.
Well, the Cowboys, as you laughing about your quarterback, I think if I'm not mistaken, I didn't get a butt crack sports. And I saw that Dak is being accused of sexual assaults after somebody tried to extort him for some money. So I didn't see it. Exactly. I don't think it's really. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's in the world of today, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm losing actually too in the game. So your team is better than mine in real life and in virtual. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, football god.
Are you sure about that?
I think your Jets are in a better chance if we can have a couple minutes before the end of the show. I think your Jets has a better chance to win their division than my team does.
The Eagles did get Bryce Huff, and they also did get Derrick Henry. So no, the Baltimore Ravens got Derrick Henry. They got Bryce Huff, and they got
Saquon Barkley.
Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a long day for y'all Cowboys fans next week. Long season. I mean, good luck. You know, when you miss your window, you miss your window, and it seems like you guys are missing your window, unfortunately, because you got to go all in at some point. Y'all did. Same thing with the Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. They went all in. Got Tyreek and all this shit. Oh, Buffalo Bills had
our window
Miller and all that shit. Now they got to get rid of all their players because they got to make some cap room. And the same thing's happening to Miami. You got rid of Christian Wilkins, got rid of Robert Hunt. Yeah, wow, the mighty has fallen. So yeah, there's an opportunity here for the Jets, as long as they don't start to get caught up in drama like the fucking political landscape of the fucking planet. I'm sick of that shit. So as long as that doesn't interfere, yeah, you can win a potential Super Bowl, but you got to stay the fucking keep your head on straight, bro. What the hell's going on? I don't even know what he's thinking, bro. I really don't.
I'm not gonna lie. Him being him being vice president ain't as detrimental than his ass not being healthy. So I think you should just pray that he healthy. Because if he healthy, y'all can do whatever y'all want.
Yeah, and then we got Tyrod Taylor backing him up. It's like, just like he's backing me up in the league. And Tyrod's pretty cool, but I mean, I would much rather have Justin Fields backing up my starter, which is crazy. The Steelers are winning free agency right now. They are just going crazy right now. Shout out
Now,
to the Steelers.
my thing is, you had that compensation to get him, right? To get Justin Fields.
You know what it is? It's all cap stuff because he's a first round pick, and I think that they wanted to put their money and invest it in an offensive line, and now they're trying to get a wide receiver too. So I don't think they didn't want to spend that much on backup, but we would have had what we had to get him for sure, and him competing, man, that would have been crazy. It's just funny because Mac Jones and Trevor Lawrence are now on the same team. It's just same draft class. It's just how things fall in place like that. It's crazy. If we got Justin Fields, that would have been weird because we could have drafted him. Yeah, but hey, man, things change. That's how the cookie crumbles, bro. Sometimes. Anything else with wrestling that we got to touch on before we get up out of here?
Nah, man.
One thing I wanted to say, I do think there's a landscape change in wrestling going on where we're seeing flirtation with the forbidden door more often, and not even flirtation. Straight up, people are just passing through that bitch. Shayna Baszler will be appearing at GCW, WrestleMania weekend, and that is huge, bro. Like low key, that is a big sign of things to come if this goes well. We already saw Jordynne Grace at the Royal Rumble. Now we're seeing Shayna Baszler being able to perform at Game Changers Wrestling, and that's crazy. Like that's a big deal, man. To me, I don't know if WWE had a relationship with GCW. I don't remember that, but this is my first time seeing that.
I would say Bloodsport is more Shayna than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like for her to be performing at Bloodsport makes the absolute most sense. You know what I'm saying? So, I also like to say that Triple H ain't no dummy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with that being said, to have the door open for future kind of give and take, like we've seen that with Evolve, right? We've seen that with Progress, right? Where he poaches talent, he tries to kind of gauge the environment, see who's interested in getting that big time shine.
Yeah, we've seen that before, but I haven't seen it with JCW, which is funny. Them in particular, I think it was interesting because of their reputation and their relationship with AEW, So I thought it was very interesting. Could we see potentially some of their guys go to WWE now? I don't know. And, the WWE guys go there more often and just, do little stints. I think it's very interesting. And if this keeps going fruitful, why can't we one day have an AEW versus WWE mega show like some summer? Like that would be amazing for wrestling business if they actually can figure out a way to do that. Like if it's 5 years from now, I can see the forbidden door really being busted wide open. Pause. Or
shout out to Dave LaGreca. You feel me?
Or no pause. I don't know how you want to take that. Whatever you want to take it.
But busted wide open, it's context. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it depends on how you take it, bro. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
All right. With that being said, I think we got to get up out of here, bro. All is love. Everything is wrestling. It's been real.
For sure, man.
Week before WrestleMania, I think, right? Next week is the week before WrestleMania.
Nah, we got 2 weeks before WrestleMania. Yeah, we got. Wait, hold on. Yeah, because next week's the 24th, and then the 31st, and then after that, this May.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, follow us on the Reasonable Wrestling Podcast everywhere, and check us out on Twitter on RW Podcast 1. As always, all's love, everything's wrestling. We'll see you. Peace.
Peace.